What's up, guys? It's Will Burrows. I graduated from the University of North Carolina at Charlotte with my bachelor's degree in exercise science, and today we are going to be covering a lower workout. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. Alright, guys, today is going to be a lower workout, and today what I want to talk about is, will lifting make you bulky? And there are a few things that we kind of need to understand about this to get the true grasp of the picture. First of all, let's just critically think for a second here. How many people go to the gym a few times and they come back and they say, God damn it, I'm too big, I'm too strong? How many people do you know start that and they complain? They're making too much progress too fast. Probably not a lot of people, right? And at the end of the day, what the gym does is it helps you put on muscle, right? But to put on muscle to a degree that makes you look bulky, that is a lot of muscle, especially depending on your height. For taller people, it is much harder to fill out their frame than it is for smaller people. So smaller people may tend to see progress a little bit more quickly, but just because it's a bit easier to fill out that frame because they have to build less muscle for it to look as proportionally big. Sorry if I got into the weeds there a little bit. Anyway, so yeah, you don't really see people coming back and saying, I'm making way too much progress way too quickly and I'm getting way too huge. That doesn't really happen. And on the other hand, you also don't really see people getting that bulky. Like, there's only really two exceptions where you will see somebody look bulky. If they are a natural lifter, they do not take any type of drugs, performance-enhancing drugs, then the main thing is they just didn't pay attention to their nutrition. They overate, they consumed a lot of food, and now they are big. You are overweight, right? So you have a lot more muscle, but you also have a lot more fat, which kind of makes you look bulky. On the other hand, the other scenario is if you are taking performance-enhancing drugs, and if you are taking those drugs, you are going into it with the idea that you're going to be building a lot more muscle, and getting bulky is kind of a realistic expectation if you are respond well to the drugs. But we don't need to dive super deep into performance-enhancing drugs in this video. But anyway, yeah, and that you're going in with the intention of trying to get big, and you're putting your health on the line. So if you are a natural lifter, as long as you do not over consume and put on a lot of body fat as well, unless you're like the cream of the crop, like the top 1% of genes in the world, or top 0.1% or 0.001% of genes in the world, this is not something that's going to happen. And even if you are that elite genetic specimen, it takes time, right? You put on muscle at such a slow rate. You're not just going to get jacked overnight. You're not going to turn into the Hulk overnight. It doesn't work like that. You are not accidentally going to wake up one day and you're ripped. It doesn't work like that. To put on muscle and to get big, you have to approach it with a plan and with the intention of doing that, right? Like, if you are working out to build muscle, you are going to hit a point where you just say, I like the size that I'm at, before you ever get bulky, right? You're gonna be able to get there and know where you're happy with how you look, and then just stop trying to build muscle, right? It's that simple. You're gonna get to the point you're comfortable with before you get bulky, even if you, if you're that elite genetic specimen. So it just doesn't make sense to believe that you're just gonna get bulky, right? And it's an excuse that keeps people out of the gym, and people should stay in the gym and go to the gym because building muscle is extremely vital, and it plays a lot more functions than you could think. For example, there are some people who, get into their 30s and they're very skinny, right? Like, they're not fat, but they don't have a lot of muscle. And guess what? They're pre-diabetic because muscle does a really good job at helping manage the glycogen in your body and the sugars in your bloodstream, because it gets to take those up, because muscle tissue is very metabolically expensive tissue and it requires a lot of fuel. You also could end up being somebody who gets sarcopenia, which getting older is the loss of muscle mass, and it robs you from the ability to do the things that you normally would do each and every day, right? So when you get old and you're no longer able to stand up, right? Like that's why people get put in assisted living, because they are so weak, they do not have enough muscle mass to do a half rep, half range of motion body weight squat, right? Imagine that. Imagine that. Or, you can't even put plates up on a shelf, right? Getting old is the loss of your muscle mass. So you're not going to get bulky. You're not going to wake up like the Hulk. And by not working out, you are putting yourself in a situation where you are not going to have a good quality of life when you get older, right? And like it, if you're younger, on the younger side, or even middle-aged, like it's going to come at you fast. And like just going in to being old with a solid amount of muscle mass, because once you get older, you're going to lose muscle mass, period. Like you just start losing muscle mass. So going into being old with a high amount of muscle mass, and obviously let's say you're natural, because if you take performance enhancing drugs, that is going to decrease your lifespan. So you're natural and you're close to like your natural limit, or you got to a pretty decent size and that's what you were happy with, so you stuck there. Like you're going to have muscle mass that's going to last you, and you're going to be able to live a longer, higher quality of life, right? Because you could live till 90, but if you're stuck in an assisted living home and you can't even get out of bed, like that's a miserable life. So please, 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 please get in the gym, work out, take care of your nutrition. You're going to build some muscle. Take care of your nutrition in a way that you don't get fat. So try and maximize building muscle while keeping yourself relatively lean. You're not going to get bulky. You're going to look lean and defined. It's going to look better. And you're going to have an image that you like. You're not going to be bulky. And you're going to have a longer, healthier lifespan where you can be independent. So it's a win-win all around. So please, please, please just get in the gym and lift. You will not accidentally end up like the Hulk. Anyways, I hope that clears this topic up for you guys, and it would really mean a lot to me if y'all could leave a like and subscribe. It lets me know that y'all enjoy this and that you want more content like this. And I will see you guys in the next video. Y'all have a great rest of your day.